What's up, guys? Justin here, and I was set to bring you another poorly reviewed beer. Unfortunately, I messed up. I got a new webcam, didn't set up the audio right, and so I had about 3 minutes worth of video and no audio to go with it. So I'm going to bring you a little mini recap review of the beer I did, and I'll let you know what I thought about it. So the beer I did was River Rat Brewery's Hazelnut Brown Ale. Poured a moderate brown color. If you held it up to a light pretty close, you get some little bit of red highlight, but generally pretty brown. It's fairly dark, but it was still pretty see-through. And for the roughly 8-ounce sample glass I used for my tastings, had a considerable amount of head, probably about 2 fingers, maybe a little less than my 2 fingers worth of head. But for that small glass, that was a considerable amount, and we'll get into that high amount of carbonation creating that head in just a moment. So I poured it and I drank it, and initially I got some good chocolate notes with a mild sweetness, nothing too overpowering on that sweetness, but it was certainly present with the chocolate and cocoa notes. That led into some nutty and malty notes. The hazelnuts really came through in the second half, the back half of drinking that beer. There's also a very, very mild bitterness at the very end of the sip, and as I was kind of swallowing, that could have been a little bit of bitterness from the hops, but again, nothing too overpowering. The one thing I did notice, as I mentioned, a considerable amount of carbonation on this beer. Even as I was drinking it, I felt like it was making me burp a little bit. Typically, beer does not do that to me all that much, especially in the small quantities I'm drinking for samples, but a lot of carbonation in this particular beer. Again, Hazelnut Brown by River Rat. I'm a big fan of this beer. I'm a big fan of River Rat in general. It's a local brewery here in Columbia, South Carolina, and they're doing some really great stuff. You can find all of our reviews, both video and written, at poorlyreviewedbeer.com. You can also check out PRB on Facebook and Twitter. All those links are in the description below. That's it for this mini review edition of Poorly Reviewed Beer. See you next time.